You can hear the reaction they're drawing.
The fans don't like the fact that Casamayor fought such a tactical fight. It's what kept him in this fight. If he'd have fought every round like that last one, I think we know exactly what would happen in this fight. He'd have knocked out by the 8th round.
Yeah, it was a smart tactical fight by Casamayor, but as we have been saying all throughout the broadcast, not what the fans want.
Some of the things Castillo did in that last round, he could have done at any time earlier. It was a mental thing. He just should have taken a step back and thrown those punches. Instead, he allowed himself to be tied up a lot more. Very, very close fight. I scored it by 2 points for Castillo, but you would have no argument with a draw or even a 1 or 2 point victory for Casamayor.
And of course,
kind of fight.
Well, if it is a draw, Castillo retains his title. So Casamayor is smiling.
How many of these close fights has Joel Casamayor been in? It's astonishing.
Particularly of late, with Freitas and Corrales. Tonight, another one.
At the end of this fight, a heated exchange, and Castillo getting, for the most part, the best of it. Not only the right hand, but great left hooks as well, ripping hooks to the body and the head. Committed to that punch, plus the jab, and so he was pushing Joel Casamayor. And another look from about that same sequence shows you what Castillo was doing. He was just pressuring Casamayor, and the body work was very, very special for Castillo. And even when his left hand was tied up during this sequence, still throwing right hands against Casamayor. This was exactly the fight that Castillo wanted more of during the course of this 12-rounder. Casamayor's mouthpiece will go flying from this left uppercut. And at this juncture, if Castillo had had maybe another minute or so, who knows what he might have done. But Joel Casamayor showing great grit and determination, taking some major league shots from what some people believe is the hardest punching 135-pounder, if Diego Corrales isn't, and he might be.
This could be a draw, a majority decision, a split decision, all of the above. And there goes that mouthpiece.
Yeah, that little short uppercut on the inside by Castillo sends it out, and those were good short punches that Castillo landed. Really, it's astonishing Casamayor didn't go down in the last 45 seconds of this fight. And of course, that would have dramatically changed the way we looked at this fight, because that could have made that a 2-point round. It might have been just enough for Castillo to do it. Look at those short, compact left hooks. Why didn't he throw those for about 7 or 8 rounds, Castillo? It's amazing.
Unbelievable. This is a fight, as we have pointed out throughout, it can just go either way. Let's get it up to Jimmy Lennon Jr. with the results.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action here at the Mandalay Bay, we go to the scorecards. We have a split decision. Here are the score totals. Judge ringside, Dr. James Jim Kin scores about 116 to 112 in favor of Jose Luis Castillo. Judge ringside, Carol Castellano scores about 115 to 113 in favor of Joel Casamayor. Judge at ringside, Dave Moretti scores about 117 to 111 in favor of the winner and still champion, Jose Luis Castillo.
So there you have it, by split decision, Jose Luis Castillo retains his title in another close loss for Joel Casamayor, and you know, judging from past history, he's going to dispute this one.
You know what? I think what's distressing about this is the margin of the scores. That's where people get distressed. 117, 111.
That's amazing.
Doesn't feel right. And so what happens is, when you have a very close fight and it gets scored by that wide a margin, that's where you start to think somebody wasn't paying attention to those rounds. That's why I said this was a fight which you really had to pay attention to every single round and watch what each fighter was doing and what they landed.
This should be interesting as we get it up to Jim Gray. Jim?
All right, thank you very much, Steve. Ricardo Jimenez will translate. Jose Luis, did you feel as though you won the fight?
¿Sentiste que habías ganado la pelea? Sí, porque del octavo round en adelante empecé a apretar y gané claro. I thought it was a tight fight about the 8th round, but I thought from the 8th on I was winning the fight easily.
The judges had you winning the last 3 rounds. Did you feel as though you had to win those last 3 rounds to win this fight?
todos los jueces te vieron ganar los últimos 3 rounds. ¿Sentiste que tenías que ganarlos? Tenía que apretar porque se me estaba complicando un poco Casamayor hasta el 7º round, no lo encontraba y tenía que apretar. I knew I had to do it because up until the 7th round I couldn't figure him out, but I thought I was doing well, and then I just took off.
Were you frustrated, and is that what happened at the end of the 8th round?
Te frustró un poco y por eso pasó en el 8º, eso que la sentí. No, lo que pasa es que no le encontraba el estilo, porque como dije yo, es un rival muy inteligente, muy complicado y no le encontraba el estilo. Hasta el 8º round me senté bien en el ring. No, you know, I knew it was going to be like this. I knew he was going to be hard to find, and I just had to stay with it.
You were worried before the fight that his speed would bother you. Did it?
¿La rapidez te molestó? ¿La sentiste que era rápido? No, sí estaba un poco rápido, pero no era tan rápido como decían y no me molestó. No, I thought, he was fast, but not as fast as everyone kept saying. Certainly not as fast as some of the...
He seemed to be with the straight left repeatedly. Why was he able to?
¿Por qué? Porque estaba andando muy confiado, ¿no? Y tiene una izquierda pesada. Y sí me conectó, no como para tumbarme, pero sí me hizo daño como 3 veces, 3, 4 veces, no recuerdo bien. Yeah, without a doubt, he came in, that was his best shot, and we knew that was his best hand, and he did hurt me a couple of times with that shot.
Stay with us for just a moment, please. Joel Casamayor, did you feel as though you won the fight? And Luis, the Cubans will translate.
Para mí, yo gané esta pelea, para mí, gané esta pelea, pero bueno.
He won very clearly, It was one man in the ring. He dominated the fight completely. He showed what boxing is, hit and not be hit. That's what he showed.
Did you feel as though you were able to frustrate him throughout the evening?
¿Tú pensabas que le estabas dando mucho problema durante la noche?
Sí, tan difícil porque no me encontraba y le entraba bien con mi derecha.
He says, he was coming in, he was very easy to hit, and he was dominating. He was dictating the fight with a front hand, and he was landing the bigger shots, and basically boxing is hit, not be hit, and that's what he did tonight. He boxed the slugger.
What happened in the last 3 rounds? The judges gave the last 3 rounds to Jose. Were you tired?
¿Tú estabas cansado los últimos 3 asaltos?
No estaba cansado, pero cogí mi segundo aire y fue cuando le di un down que te dije.
He says that what people didn't see in the 11th round, he caught him with a big left hand, he dropped him, okay? That you should show that on the telecast. He hit him with a big left hand, and the final 11th round dropped him, so he wasn't even tired.
What next?
Well, it's been 3 in a row.
Ask the fighter, please.
¿Qué tú lo que diga yo? ¿Cuál es la próxima?
No, la próxima una revancha o otra pelea mejor que esa o más fuerte. Yo espero
he expects a rematch, or maybe whatever fights out there. I know Fernando Beltran's got he's got Morales too. Maybe he'll give us a shot with him. You never know. The manager, and it's I'd like to thank Top Rank, Bob Arum. It's been great. We're back together again, and great. Thanks,
Joel. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Luis. What would you like to do next? Would you like to fight Diego Corrales?
Parece que sigue Diego Corrales y posteriormente sí. Ya, un poquito.
In English then.
No. Sigue Corrales en mayo y ojalá en septiembre sea Costa Sioux, ¿no? Ojalá me esté viendo para que me dé una oportunidad. Diego Corrales in May, hopefully Costa Sioux in September. Que me esté viendo, dile. I hope Costa Sioux watching because I won him.
He told us before the fight he wanted to come out of the shadow of his former sparring partner, Julio Cesar Chavez. Does he feel as though he's taken a step toward that tonight, a big step?
Está saliendo ya de la sombra de Julio César Chávez. ¿Crees que este es un paso más allá? Sí, porque yo dije que Casamayor iba a ser la puerta que me llevara a las peleas grandes. Y aquí mi promotor, Bo Adam, dice que sí me va a dar las peleas grandes el año que entra. I always told everyone this is the door to the big fights, so I opened it tonight.
And here's the door right here, Bob Arum.
We're gonna be. I met with Jay and Ken. I told them, they gave the opportunity to fight on Showtime. We hope next year, early next year, to fight Diego Corrales. If we're successful in that fight, then we look for the big one with Costa Sioux. I think he can handle Sioux. He thinks he can handle Sioux, and so we look for big things next year. Next year is his year.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
All right.
Back to